This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've picked up the phone to call someone only to pause mid-dial and think, wait, who was I calling again? If that's ever happened to you, don't worry, you're not alone. It's one of those moments that makes us laugh a little, maybe sigh a little too, but it also leaves us wondering, is this just part of getting older, or is there something I can do about it? The truth is, after 60, changes in memory are completely normal. Our brains go through changes just like the rest of our body does. But here's the good news. There's so much we can do to keep our minds sharp, our memories strong, and our confidence high. And no, it doesn't have to be boring. We're not talking about endless crossword puzzles, though they're great too. What I want to share with you today are 7 fun and simple brain exercises that not only help improve memory, but can also make your day more enjoyable. If you're someone who wants to keep up with the grandkids, stay independent, or just feel mentally sharp and alert, you're in the right place. So grab your tea or coffee, get comfy, and let's dive into how to keep that beautiful brain of yours thriving. And while you're here, feel free to drop a comment about any medical concerns or memory challenges you're facing. Let's support one another on this journey. Let's start with one of the most powerful and honestly, most underrated brain boosters of all: learning something new. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, I'm too old to learn something new, let me tell you, nothing could be further from the truth. Your brain loves novelty. It craves it. And when you introduce something new, whether it's a language, a recipe, or even how to play a few chords on a guitar, your brain lights up in ways that help strengthen memory pathways. Think of it like giving your brain a fresh coat of paint. You don't have to become fluent in Spanish or master the piano. Just the process of learning, of challenging yourself in small ways, sends a powerful message to your brain. Keep growing. A lovely woman I spoke with recently, age 72, started learning how to use digital art apps on her tablet. She didn't do it to sell art or impress anyone, she just wanted to stretch herself. And guess what? Not only did she feel more mentally alert after a few weeks, but she also found a brand new way to express herself. That's the kind of joy and stimulation your brain thrives on. Now, let's talk about another beautiful brain exercise that doesn't require a classroom, a book, or even a screen. Storytelling. That's right, sharing your memories and stories with others can actually help reinforce your memory and improve recall. When you tell a story, you're activating multiple areas of your brain. You're pulling from your memory bank, sequencing events, choosing the right words, and staying engaged emotionally. You know that story you always tell about the family vacation in '74, when the car broke down in the middle of nowhere and everyone ended up singing songs until help came? Tell it again. Tell it to your grandkids, your neighbor, your spouse. The act of storytelling isn't just good for the listener, it's a workout for your brain too. Even better, you can take it a step further by writing down your memories. Start a little journal or memory book. Don't worry about perfect grammar or spelling. Just write what you remember: your childhood home, your first job, your favorite holiday dish. Writing not only helps improve memory, but also gives your loved ones something truly precious to look back on someday. Your life is full of stories worth remembering. Now, here's one that might surprise you, but trust me, it's gold. Playing games. And I don't mean just solitaire, though that's a classic. I mean games that involve strategy, focus, and sometimes a little friendly competition. Whether it's a card game like bridge, a board game like Scrabble, or even digital games on your phone like word searches or memory matches, these can all help keep your brain nimble and engaged. One of my patients, he's 68, and as sharp as a tack, told me he plays a round of Sudoku every morning with his coffee. He said it's like brushing the dust off the old hard drive. I love that. Games bring out a playful side in us, and when you're having fun, you're more likely to stick with it. That consistency is what creates real, lasting benefits. Let me add something else here to social interaction. Even the most stimulating brain game loses its magic if it's done in isolation all the time. Your brain is wired for connection. When you laugh, chat, and engage with others, you're using memory, attention, emotion, and language all at once. That's a powerful cocktail for brain health. So if you can combine these elements, say, joining a book club, or starting a weekly game night, you're not just boosting memory, you're nurturing your whole self. And isn't that the goal? We don't just want to remember more, we want to live more fully, more joyfully, with clarity and confidence. I want you to remember that this isn't about perfection. You don't need to remember every little detail or win every game. The real success is in showing up, trying new things, and believing in your brain's ability to adapt and grow, because it truly can, at any age. Now that we've explored how learning something new, sharing stories, and playing games can breathe new life into your memory, let's keep the momentum going. If you're still with me, that tells me something important: you care about your brain. You're not ready to settle for the idea that memory just fades with age. You're ready to fight for it, to nourish it, and maybe even have some fun along the way. That's the spirit I love to see. Because keeping your mind sharp after 60 isn't just about remembering where you left your glasses, it's about staying independent, connected, and confident in your daily life. So far, we've talked about learning new things, telling stories, and playing games as simple, enjoyable ways to boost memory. But there's more, and the next one might surprise you, because it doesn't involve your brain directly, it starts with your body. That's right, I'm talking about movement. Gentle, intentional movement is one of the best kept secrets when it comes to keeping your brain healthy and sharp. Now, I know you've probably heard it before, exercise is good for your brain. But let's take it a step further. You don't need to run marathons or do intense workouts to get those benefits. In fact, simple movements like walking, tai chi dancing, or even gardening can do wonders for your memory. Why? Because when you move, your brain gets more oxygen, blood flows more freely, your mood improves, and stress levels drop. All of this helps create a better environment for your brain to function at its best. Let me share something with you. I once met a gentleman in his late 70s who took up ballroom dancing after his wife passed. He said he needed something to lift his spirits. But what surprised him most wasn't just the joy, it was how much more mentally alert he felt. Remembering steps, coordinating movements, staying in rhythm, it challenged his mind in ways he hadn't expected. And he felt sharper, more present, and more energized. That's the power of combining movement with joy. And if dancing's not your thing, no problem. Just take a 20-minute walk in the morning sunshine, or do some gentle stretches while your favorite music plays. You're not only moving your body, you're lighting up your brain. That brings me to something equally important, and honestly, often overlooked: mindfulness. Now, don't worry, this isn't about sitting in silence for hours or trying to become a monk. Mindfulness is simply about paying attention to the present moment. And when you practice it, even for just a few minutes a day, it can significantly improve memory and concentration. You see, as we age, it's common to feel distracted or forgetful, especially when our minds are cluttered with worry, to-do lists, or even just the noise of everyday life. Mindfulness helps cut through that clutter. It brings your attention back to what's right in front of you. And when you're fully present, your brain forms stronger memories. Try this the next time you're drinking your morning tea or coffee. Just notice it. The warmth in your hands, the smell, the taste. Focus on that one moment. That's mindfulness. Or when you're out walking, really notice the trees, the breeze, the rhythm of your steps. These little pockets of attention train your brain to stay sharp and focused, and they feel good too. I had a patient once who started doing mindful breathing every night before bed. Just 5 minutes, sitting quietly and focusing on her breath. After a few weeks, not only was her sleep better, but she told me her mind felt clearer, like a fog had lifted. That's the magic of slowing down to speed up your brain. Now, let's talk about something that may seem simple, but is one of the most effective memory boosters out there: conversation. Meaningful, regular conversation activates multiple brain functions at once: language, memory, emotion, even motor coordination. Whether you're chatting with a friend, talking with family, or even joining a group discussion at your local library or community center, conversation keeps your mind agile. And don't worry if you live alone or feel like you don't have many people to talk to. Technology can be a wonderful bridge: video calls, messaging apps, even voice notes. But nothing beats a good, face-to-face chat when you can get it. If you enjoy reading, join a book club. If you like debating the news, start a small group discussion over lunch. These social exchanges are like vitamins for your brain. They nourish and protect it. Let me tell you about Martha. She's 81 and runs a little coffee circle every Thursday morning with a few friends from her building. Nothing fancy, just coffee, light pastries, and conversation. But she swears by it. She says it keeps her on her toes, keeps her laughing, and most importantly, keeps her connected. And that connection does more than lift the spirits, it sharpens the mind. It's not just about talking, it's about listening, responding, remembering details, and staying engaged. It's one of the most powerful forms of brain training there is, and it's completely free. There's a beautiful rhythm to this journey we're on together. We're not chasing perfection, we're building habits. Fun, simple, consistent habits that honor our age, our wisdom, and our capacity to keep growing. Every step, every word, every breath is a chance to say to your brain, I'm still here, and I'm still learning. So whether you're dancing in your living room, focusing on your breath, or sharing your stories over coffee, you're doing something extraordinary. You're not just boosting memory, you're claiming your right to live vibrantly, with clarity and joy. Let's keep going. There's something powerful about momentum. When you start taking small steps that support your mind and memory, you begin to feel it not just in your thinking, but in your spirit. You feel more alert, more connected, more like yourself. And that's exactly what we're aiming for. We've talked about learning new things, sharing stories, moving your body, practicing mindfulness, and staying socially engaged. These are not just exercises, they're invitations. Invitations to stay curious, to live fully, to continue evolving, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. Now let's look at something truly delightful, creative expression. This might come in the form of painting, writing, playing an instrument, singing, crafting, photography, or even cooking in new and exciting ways. Anything that lets you express who you are and uses your hands. And your imagination lights up your brain in ways nothing else can. I had a patient once who picked up watercolor painting in her early 70s. She said she'd always admired it, but never believed she was creative enough. But you know what happened? Within weeks, her daughter told me she was more upbeat, more conversational, and had an easier time remembering things. She didn't just find a new hobby, she unlocked parts of herself that had been quiet for years. The colors on her canvas helped brighten the clarity in her mind. See, creative expression involves problem solving, focus, emotional awareness, and sometimes even storytelling. All of these stimulate the hippocampus, that's the part of your brain where memories are formed. So even if you're doodling on a napkin or humming your favorite tune while you tidy the house, your brain is saying, thank you. And if you're thinking, I'm not creative, let me stop you right there. Creativity isn't about being perfect or making something gallery-worthy. It's about trying something new, letting yourself play. There's no wrong way to do it. Now, I want to introduce you to something simple but incredibly effective, memory games with purpose. I'm not talking about brain apps or puzzles here, though those are great, too. I'm talking about using your memory in real-life situations that matter to you. For instance, the next time you make a grocery list, try memorizing 3 or 4 items before writing them down. Or when you meet someone new, repeat their name aloud a few times during the conversation. Challenge yourself to remember a phone number, a recipe, or even what you had for lunch yesterday. The trick here is to gently stretch your memory without pressure. It's like giving your brain a friendly workout, just enough to keep it toned, but not so much that it feels like a chore. You might be surprised how often we delegate our memory to devices, phones, notes, reminders. While those tools are helpful, using your memory in small, intentional ways builds strength. Just like walking strengthens muscles, recalling everyday details strengthens neurons. A woman I know keeps a journal where she writes down 3 things she did that day and tries to recall 3 things she's grateful for from memory. She says it's her memory gym, and it only takes 5 minutes a day. So here's the bigger picture. Everything we've talked about, whether it's storytelling, walking, deep breathing, conversation, painting, or remembering names, works because of one beautiful truth. The brain responds to love. When you care for it, when you challenge it, when you nourish it with joy, movement, and connection, It grows stronger, even at 60, even at 80, even at 90. There's no expiration date on your ability to think clearly, to feel deeply, and to make new memories. None. Don't let anyone, especially that little voice in your head, tell you otherwise. And if you're thinking, but I've already forgotten so much, or it's too late for me, I want you to hear me loud and clear. It's not. Your brain is still listening. It's still growing. It still wants to be challenged and cherished. Maybe you start with a simple daily walk and one new book a month. Maybe you join a weekly phone call with an old friend. Maybe you try journaling or coloring or singing your favorite childhood song. It's not about how big the step is, it's about taking it. And let's be honest, doing all of this isn't just about memory. It's about dignity, about holding on to your independence, your voice, your stories, about being able to look someone in the eye and feel confident in your words, your thoughts, your presence. So let me ask you this: what brings your mind to life? What activity makes you lose track of time because you're so immersed in it? What memory makes you smile every time it crosses your mind? Go toward those things. They're not just comforting, they're healing. As we wrap up this journey together, I want to remind you of something simple but powerful. You are still growing. Your brain, your heart, your soul, they're still expanding, still evolving. Age is not a closing door, it's an opening window. A time to deepen, to reflect, to bloom in ways you never have before. If this video has sparked something in you, a thought, a memory, a little burst of motivation, I encourage you to share it in the comments. Let's create a space where we learn from each other, support each other, and remind one another that it's never too late to take care of your mind. And if this helped you, give it a like and subscribe, not just for the algorithm but so we can stay connected. There's more to come, and I'd love for you to be part of this community. Here's to you, to the beautiful, capable mind you carry, to all the memories you've made and all the new ones still waiting to be born. You've got this. Let's keep that brain shining.